Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Day of Noms, and today I'm going to be going through why it took me 6 months to land my first data role. So I'm going to be going through everything that I did starting out when I was looking for different jobs, all the mistakes I've made, all the things that I've done wrong, and then I'm going to talk about the changes that I've made and how I changed my strategies with searching for a job in this market, and then I'm going to tell you guys exactly how I landed 6 interviews and got my first offer. So here are the first 4 mistakes that I made when I started applying for roles back in January. So the first mistake that I made was that I applied for 50 to 100 companies a week. And if the title of the role had the word data, analyst, business intelligence, anything related to data, then I'll just send out my application and hope for the best. At the time, I thought this was a good plan and I thought it was a numbers game, send out as much as I can and see what I get in return. But I quickly realized that this was not the case and I received hundreds and hundreds of rejections. The second mistake that I made was that I sent a general CV to all of these companies. So a lot of these companies have a system where they go through all of the applications and they just cancel or remove any applications that don't match the responsibilities of the role. So in my case, my CV was very general, and because I sent out to so many companies, I made it very general and vague on purpose so that I could match as much companies as possible, but I ended up getting rejected almost immediately. And in some cases, the CV did end up going through to the companies and the recruiters were able to read through my application. However, they quickly realized that the CV wasn't directly related to the company or even the role, so they would end up rejecting me anyway. The third mistake that I made was sending an overwhelming amount of information to different recruiters on the type of jobs I wanted and my experience, but the way that I done it wasn't really clear. It was just a massive amount of information and the recruiters ended up just not replying to any of the messages. At the end of the day, the recruiters are human, so if you make it hard for them, they're not going to want to read the messages. And the fourth mistake that I made was not building a portfolio showcasing all the skills needed to excel in the role that I was applying for. If I'm not able to prove to have a good understanding of what the role entails or have had some experience of applying the skills myself, then the company's not going to have a lot of confidence in me to complete the responsibilities listed in the role. So if this sounds like you or you've made some of these mistakes along the way, then please watch the rest of the video where I'm going to show you exactly how I landed 6 interviews and got 1 offer within 6 months. So let's get straight to it. This is the step-by-step process that I done to land 6 interviews and got an offer. So the first thing I done was, instead of applying to 50 to 100 companies a day, I decided to only focus on 2 to 3 companies that I thought I would be a really good fit for. So once I found 2 to 3 companies a day, I would then look at the responsibilities outlined in the job description, specifically the section that outlines the type of qualities that I would want in a candidate. The reason that this is so important is because the way that I was ordered is not a coincidence. So the top 3 things listed under this section shows exactly the top 3 most important qualities they're looking for the perfect candidate for this role. So I would take those top 3 qualities and I would put it against my CV and I would add any projects, any certifications, any skills or work experience that I've done that are related to those qualities. So for example, if the first quality was that they wanted an intermediate level of SQL coding, I would then go to my CV and put mainly SQL projects or certifications surrounding SQL. Then I'll go to the next bullet point and repeat the same process until I have a CV that directly aligns with what they would want in a candidate. So the next step is to write a cover letter. So I know that a lot of people are really reluctant or can't really be asked to write a cover letter for the companies that they're applying for. But with this strategy, you're going to only be applying for 2 to 3 companies a day, so it becomes a lot more realistic and a lot more doable. So with the cover letter, the main thing is to showcase exactly why you're motivated to work for the company, the stuff that you're interested in, and essentially your motivation for wanting to work there. So one really good piece of advice that I was given earlier on this year was to find a newsletter or a blog that was recently posted by the company that you're applying for, and then going through this newsletter or blog and taking away different insights or anything that really stood out to you and putting it in your cover letter. And this is going to put you one step further from all the other candidates, and it shows that you've taken the initiative to do further research into their company. So once you've written a tailored CV and cover letter that is specific to the role that you're applying for, the next step is to send off your application and then follow up with one of the hiring managers inside the company that you applied for. So in my case, I would usually wait around a day or even later on the same day that I applied for the application, and then I message the hiring recruiter on LinkedIn and just let them know that I've applied for the position and if there's anything else that they would need to know, to message me. So through doing these steps repeatedly on a consistent basis, I was able to obtain 6 interviews and 1 offer. And if you do the same, then I know you'll get exactly the same results or even better. Using this method can take even less time than it does to apply for 50 to 100 companies plus a week. and it's also way more efficient. If you want more information on the structure of the cover letters that I wrote, or even the type of certifications and skills that I've built in order to get this role, then please let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to make another video. One thing I wanted to say was that the job market is terrible right now for entry-level positions in the tech industry. So if you're on the job search, don't be discouraged or too disheartened. There's a lot of people looking for data roles in the tech industry. But if you're consistent in your job search and you keep applying new strategies to applying for different roles, then you'll eventually get the job that you want. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that this helped you out. Please let me know where you're at on your job search journey in the comments below, and if these strategies have been working out for you. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys in the next video.